DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into the FL1 Sports Podcast here on FingerLakes1.com. Paul Russo, Jim Senecropi, Kyle Evans here with you as always. Early edition of the pod this week. The holidays are here, Christmas on Thursday, so a lot to get to. We got Christmas football on the slate. We got NBA, as always, on Christmas Day to dive into potentially here. First round of the college football playoff in the book. Result-wise, probably maybe not a ton to talk about there, but no, Syracuse is being Syracuse, as we enjoy saying, and then who knows what else might kind of pop up here. So a lot to get to and more. But first, think a couple more of our sponsors today, including Nolan's Catering, playing a special event. You can let Nolan's Catering help you curate your next occasion. Now booking special events at Hotel Canandaigua, Tapestry Collection by Hilton on Lakeshore Drive, the Fallbrook House at Canandaigua Country Club, or Nolan's on South Main Street in Canandaigua. Nolan's is ready to help curate a food and beverage package perfect for any occasion. From elegant weddings to corporate events and private parties, enjoy the moment. Nolan's has it covered. To plan your perfect event, visit nolansonthelake.com. And Auburn Auto Group, when it comes to selection and service after sale, Auburn Auto Group has been the premier destination for new and used car buyers for close to 40 years. And among the brands offered on Route 5 in Auburn include Chevrolet, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Honda, Toyota, and Subaru. Thanks to a wide range of makes and models, currently growing as well, by the way, with Hyundai. You're sure to find your new or used car at Auburn Auto Group. All right. The weekend that was for football was pretty telling. College football playoff.
Fun.
I think the results we maybe kind of expected. What I was kind of maybe surprised by a little bit was Miami beating A&M, but outside of that,
yeah, I was on the wrong side of that one.
I think result-wise, it kind of played out the way everybody maybe expected it to in terms of who moved on and who didn't. But yeah, I was on the wrong side of that as well. The underbettors, I'm sure, were thrilled. First ever scoreless half in the college football playoff history, going back to when it was still 4 teams only. So, College Station, congratulations. A lot of ineptitude on offense and special teams there this past Saturday.
And everything. I will say this about because next week's show we'll probably talk a lot more about the upcoming games, but looking at the weekend, with Tulane getting killed and James Madison getting handled pretty easily, everybody's saying, see, like these teams shouldn't be in there. Like you're just totally missing the point. It's to not give schools a chance to get in, and it doesn't mean that there'll never be an upset. I mean, James Madison put up like 500 yards. They couldn't stop him on defense, obviously, but
they did cover.
Yeah, they covered the spread. So, like, what do you want? I mean, it's different than college basketball too, because people will say, well, in college basketball, you get those Cinderella stories. Well, there's 64 teams, and they're playing neutral courts. To ask, like, James Madison to go all the way to Eugene, Oregon, but, of course, they're never going to play those games on neutral fields. So, I don't know what the answer is, but the answer isn't to, like, take, 80% of the schools that play college football, Division I, FCS, and exclude them from a chance to play in the playoff or win a national championship. That's just going to, if you want to do that, then let's take, the top 30 or 40 colleges and create their own semi-pro league, which it already is semi-pro now.
Yeah, I don't know. I've said it on here. I've said it on Fresh Takes. I've said it to people in general. I don't know if I really want to beat my dead horse on that one, but I mean, I kind of lean on that at this point where as we know, I'm a G5 person. I love I think it's more of me enjoying the sport as a whole, right? Like, I did not, like, and that's the funny part where I think people kind of get twisted. Like, did I really think James Madison was going to beat Oregon? No. I mean, obviously there's like that 1% chance, but like, whatever. But like, as I said, I'm willing to cede on this one because if this is what people want, then go ahead. We're going to do it this way. And I present an idea of you want to be professional, fine. The Power Four can go and do their thing. You can't play these G5 teams anymore, period, full stop. You can't play the FCS teams anymore, period, full stop. And if you want the players from there now going forward, we're going to do it like baseball, like the MLB does it with the Japanese and Korean leagues. There's going to be posting fees for these players. You have to pay the schools. If you want to be professional, here we go. Don't complain, though, because this is what you want. So,
And the other aspect of it is that, is my daughter goes to James Madison, so of course I'm biased, and one of my good friends' daughters also goes to James Madison. Well, we had a party for the game Saturday. Everybody's wearing their James Madison gear. We had fun leading up to the game, and then the game kind of went how we expected. But also proud of the way that James Madison didn't give up, and like you said, they covered the spread. But there was instances of that all over the country of James Madison alumni and students, getting psyched for the game. Some of them went to Oregon, and to me that's like college sports.
yeah.
So it's not about like being the one team that wins the national championship. It's about a smaller school from middle of Virginia having a great year and celebrating it. And then there will be an upset at some point. But what has to happen is the college football playoffs need to expand further. Maybe it's 18 teams, maybe it's 24 teams, maybe you start the season a week earlier, and don't have such a long break between games, because now we got 2 weeks between these games. So I don't know what it is, but to exclude 80% of the football programs in the country from a chance to compete for the national championship, in my opinion, is lame. And and Notre Dame fans, so they're so annoying and disgustingly entitled. Join a conference or shut up, or don't. Who did they lose to this year?
Crap.
Miami in week one.
Miami and A&M.
Yeah, and A&M. So they're crying because they didn't get in. Well, two of the teams that got in, they lost to. And if you're so great in Notre Dame, why would you lose? Why would you lose to A&M, or why would you lose to Miami, a team that scored 10 points against A&M? Yeah. So, I you know how I feel about Notre Dame. As far as their conference affiliations and the special treatment they get. I mean, I think they should be isolated by all the Power 5 conferences, 4 conferences, and that'll be the end of that.
Yeah. So I share similar feelings overall. I mean, I don't know.
Now Kyle's not a college football guy, but he's a sports guy. So what do you think about this situation with like the lower tier teams getting in to compete on the big stage, while teams like Notre Dame or Texas are left out?
Well, from not knowing much and just from looking at the outside, I get your argument too, but I wouldn't want to see several blowouts. Like, I wouldn't want to see, like, James Madison, like, we kind of all expected, like, look at what the line was. We knew they'd get blown out. I get your point about, like, the kids and stuff, but from my perspective, I wouldn't want to just sit down and watch a blowout. So I'd want, like, the best teams to be in it. I'd want, like, even if, they might not deserve it and they've lost, like you mentioned, a couple games in season, that's just how I would.
Well, that's the big argument against it is, okay, anybody who wasn't a Oregon or James Madison fan after the first quarter probably turned over to the Philadelphia-Washington NFL game.
And wasn't it 28-3 at one point? Or 28-6
maybe.
So it was really bad. So they really picked it up in the second half to at least make it look better.
Yeah. But my answer to that is, okay, if we expand it, then maybe you have like these pseudo playing games. Mm-hmm. So maybe Tulane and James Madison are playing, and then the winner of that goes on. Sure. But I don't know what the answer is, except for excluding schools like that is it's against the spirit of competition and college sports. It's in James Madison or Tulane or other schools, and this happens in college basketball. They might have one season in 25 years,
Yeah.
And so Notre Dame, come back next year. You got the softest schedule ever next year. So just don't lose 2 games next year with your piece of crap soft schedule in your NBC TV contract, and play your way in.
Yeah. It only gets even softer with the USC game off the table too now. So.
Yeah. Hi, Notre Dame fans.
Yeah. How do you do? Yeah. Next week will be more in depth with those the quarterfinal games because and Dan Lanning brought up a good point how like they're off for another 11 days. I think it is technically it's absurd. So
Guess what? Too, what makes it even better is that Notre Dame's not even the best football school in the state of Indiana.
That's true.
Hi, Notre Dame fans.
Who
I even wore green today.
Did you?
Yeah, for Notre Dame.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, the backdrop, yeah, that's that too.
No, this is green.
Wait,
this
is
is
it
green.
really?
Yeah. I mean, what are you, colorblind?
Well, no, technically, but I don't know. I'm not
shoes?
one to talk. I was planning on wearing. I have a Dale Earnhardt Christmas sweater thing, but
Yeah, I didn't wear it for Notre Dame. I wore
put
it for Christmas.
I put it on this morning. I'm like, I'm going to be hot in this thing, so I went with my Columbia Climate Cool thing today. But either way, yeah, Indiana Hoosiers. Shout out Kurt Signetti.
Former JMU coach from 2 years ago when they went undefeated in the regular season.
Yes, yeah, former shout out. Now talking about small schools, shout out to Division II. He got his head coaching start in Division II at Indiana of Pennsylvania. So
It needs to all be part of the fabric of college football. Otherwise, you just got another version of the NFL.
Yep. But hey, what do we know? We just enjoy watching the games. So
Yep.
let's get Kyle back in here a little bit. Christmas Day NBA. I know it's infringed upon now a little bit with the NFL, but I don't know if I'm as excited for the slate this year as I was maybe when it first got announced. I mean, look at the noon game, for example, right? Cleveland's nowhere near where they were last year. The Knicks, God, this is going to sound really weird, especially coming from me, but like the brand of basketball they're playing this year, compared to last year, I prefer the Thibodeau style offense and everything, which is a crazy thing to say, just as an example. And I guess, you look at the full thing for me, I'm probably going to be at least awake for the start of Jokic at late night run for the 10:30, but like,
I didn't even watch any of it.
Yeah, it's a really weird time. It used to, like I said, Christmas Day used to be the NBA's day, and now the NFL's there with 3 games, so it definitely feels really strange now.
The NFL is king. And you have the NBA Cup, and now it's over, and now you just got these random regular season games that really don't mean anything on Christmas Day, where these NFL games really mean something. It's week 17.
Yeah. Kyle?
My question is for the NBA games on Christmas is who's going to sit out for load management? Because somebody's going to have a back-to-back and have to play again Friday.
Yeah.
So it's more of a joke, but you get it.
Right.
Well, it's not a joke, though.
No, it's stupid.
And we do have a rematch of the NBA Cup, the Spurs and Thunder.
Yeah.
2:30 on Christmas Day.
They're playing tonight, too. We're here on Tuesday, anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, those are great games, but they have zero implication on anything, and that's the problem with the NBA. And that's why guys sit out of games, because none of these games matter.
But also, do you think because of all the backups for the NFL on Thursday that are going and all the games that basically mean nothing, the Broncos are the only one that are playing for anything that day, that maybe the NBA ratings everyone will go to the NBA and at least have the games on in the background over the NFL?
You got fantasy football championship weekend, probably, and you got bettors.
I think the only thing that helps the NBA in this situation is the fact that everything is technically behind a paywall for the NFL on Thursday.
Well, who doesn't have Netflix?
Correct, but I'm just saying, technically speaking.
And Knicks fans are all over the place, so they'll be watching the 12 o'clock game.
Yeah, the senior citizens will be turning on their cable TV box, and they won't be able to get the NFL. So maybe you're right there, but I don't know. It's just when the NBA was the only thing on, we had it on all day at our house during Christmas. Our houses wherever you'd go, but nobody was like actively watching it.
I think it depended, like, if your team was really in it. Like, I know for me and Kyle anyway, like, we're both Heat fans, so, like, there was obviously the run there for about 6 years where they were Christmas Day staples, and that was really the only game I was outright, like, paying attention to. I also don't know, like, the NBA kind of got, obviously they did get greedy here, but, like, even, like, a decade ago, like, they were only running, like, 4 games kind of consecutively on Christmas. Now they got, what, like, 6, right? Like, so...
Yeah, it's all
I
too
don't
much.
know,
It's like
5.
everything, just
5.
try to, something works, they just go to the well and make it bigger and try to make more money, and then it all gets ruined and turned to shit, like half of the, like college sports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Christmas Day fun. I guess we can save, like, the NFL side of that here when we get to our picks, more or less. So, yeah, other than that, before we get there, Syracuse basketball certainly did their best to look like crap against Northeastern last Saturday.
They got together. Oh,
yeah.
yeah, last Saturday,
Yeah,
sure.
rebounded decently enough to
Blah.
score-wise look like they kicked Stonehill.
Stonehill.
Yeah, I went to, like, a weird Stony Brook combination there for whatever reason, but
It was a
still,
single-digit game as the first half closed out.
yeah,
But they took care of business in the second half.
yeah, but again, there's stuff there. I know at one point
Lazy.
there was a free throw stretch trip run where it was 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 0-2, 1-2, 0-2.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just even going back to, like, the post game stuff with the Northeastern presser again, I
They
don't
need
know,
level
man.
5. They need level 5.
Yeah, whatever that means. I think is that his new orange standard thing from last year, I guess.
I don't know, but I don't think you need to have labels on level 5 or this to teach a team how to play transition defense. I mean, when Stonehill is getting the rebound and beating you down court for layups or open threes, and you got guys jogging down court or not picking up guys in transition, that's on Red Autry. It's on his players, but he's got to enforce it.
Yeah.
And then the lack of urgency on the defensive glass in the first half led to, like, second and third shots for Stonehill where every single guy on the court except for their center were taller than.
Yeah.
And they're out hustling us, and they're kicking it out for 3, and they're staying with us. I mean, Stonehill.
Mm-hmm.
So, I am not a guy who likes to talk about firing coaches at Syracuse. If things really went south when we finally fired Pasqualoni.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't not like firing coaches, but this is if Adrian Autry can't get this team into the tournament, then I don't know. I think we need to look elsewhere.
Yeah. I know it's something me and you talked about before the season started, before even we were talking about it on air, was just there's just too much talent period on this team to not make it to March this year, and I give the players credit in the sense of, like, they recognize, like, now to be fair, as of right now, I haven't looked at anything from last night post game wise yet from discussions.
12 of 29 free throws.
Right, but I'm talking though, like I know, like, Saturday, for example, like, JJ was pretty upset at himself and the team for how everything went with Northeastern. To the players' credit, when they've had to answer those questions, they've done a good job, at least on surface, saying stuff. I don't, but, like, to that end though, like, prove it on the court too though. Then, like, I'm with you, like, 100%. Red's got to hold these kids accountable, but, like, there's also an element of, like, I don't know. I don't want to make it sound like you're Division I, you should know better, blah blah blah. But, like, I mean, we see high school kids around here hold themselves accountable on the court. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like, every player is different.
Yeah.
There's a lot of personalities and good players on this team. The biggest disappointment to me in the past several weeks has been Kyan Anthony with the turnovers.
Yeah.
Like, just literally getting his pocket picked or dribbling off his foot. Too many turnovers, and he had 4 points last night against Stonehill. I mean, it's really disappointing because I think he's better than this.
Yeah. No, I agree. Especially with the way he kind of came out, obviously, those first few weeks of the season and everything. And I'll say this to kind of maybe go off of that. It was good to see Nate Kings kind of explode yesterday. He's kind of come back on a little bit here, and who knows how everything just kind of plays out here.
Between him, George, Betsy, Anthony White, like some of these guys are going to be hot each game. You got to ride them, and then some other guys might be limited those games. But that's the thing to me is it seems like there's so many guys that we should never have an off shooting night because one of these guys is going to be on, or two of them.
And I think it will help too. We're 8 days away right now from their next game. ACC opener. It's at home, the Dome, New Year's Eve against Clemson. Freeman, everything we've been told is he will be back for that game. So we'll see.
One question on Syracuse: what do they got to do in the ACC schedule to get an automatic bid into the tournament? At this point, seeing they've got losses to Houston, Kansas, Iowa State, and Hofstra.
Yeah.
And one quad one win against Tennessee.
Yeah. I think it starts by beating Clemson, obviously, but I think overall,
does over 500 do it?
I was going to say I think you got to be at about the 66% win side of things.
So you got to finish like in 6th place,
give or take,
in the ACC.
I think,
to be guaranteed.
I don't think, again, they've done themselves any favors in these non-cons for the most part.
No, they needed one win in Vegas, and they needed to not lose to Hofstra.
Yeah.
Even forget Vegas. Just don't lose to Hofstra.
Right. I can forgive
at home.
I can forgive stuff in Vegas right now based on what we've seen. Like Iowa State at the moment I would probably put as the best team in the country for myself personally. I can kind of forgive some stuff there. The Hofstra thing, going back on it still is just brutal. And then, like I said, it's just the way they've looked overall at this point. Like, it's just a matter of handling your business where you should be handling your business. And I just don't know I don't think they're doing it again. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go Orange.
Yeah, let's go Orange. Before we get going here, because, hey, if you don't know, we have a little podcast around here called the Upstate Hoops Podcast. We cover the Wayne Finger Lakes high school basketball teams on that. You should definitely check it out. I think we should probably do a quick shout out. It's a light slate of games, obviously, the next couple of weeks before during this holiday break for the kids and everything. But Kyle, the Landon Washburn experience continues last night a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I mean, best player, I would say, around here for sure. 46 points last night. Didn't play most of the fourth quarter. Now averaging 33 points per game through just 5 games. He's almost had a couple 40-point games in the beginning of the year. He had 38, 34 to start the year. So, yeah, the kid's been unbelievable. And, again, he's not playing the full game. So that's what makes it even.
46 points in like 16 to 18 minutes probably.
Yeah.
Well, actually, probably,
What,
let's say
16?
24 minutes.
Yeah, probably like
3
20.
quarters of basketball is 24 minutes, 8-minute quarters.
Yeah. Yeah, unless he, sat a little bit in the first half. But, yeah. That's how crazy this is.
Getting like 2 points a minute.
Yep. And what I noticed too, looking at the box score every night, is he's not getting them all from 3-pointers.
Right.
He only had 4 3-pointers last night.
He scored 46.
Yeah. So he's just getting to the rim. He is 6'7". Say the joke.
I'm not doing it.
Oh my God.
He wasn't 6'7" last year though, was he? I think,
no.
Yeah, he's growing.
He's getting bigger.
So. Well, you'll see him. You two will see him live on what date?
Friday the 2nd.
Friday, January 2nd at FLCC against Lions.
Yep.
That's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to see him last year in the sectional final game. They won the sectional crowd. Obviously, they're state runner-ups in C last year, but looking forward to it. It's going to be a clash of, we'll see how fully plays out because obviously me and you will be at Geneva next Monday for Lions in Geneva. But
Geneva lost Canandaigua last night, which was kind of shocking because Victor beat Canandaigua, and that game wasn't even close last night.
And Geneva beat Canandaigua in their season opener by 15 at Canandaigua.
Huh.
So Henry Caparis had his Canandaigua team ready after a 1-4
Oh, that's
start.
right. Caparis against
Ed Collins.
Ed Collins at Geneva. There's some classic FL East coaches. But sometimes you never know, too. Like, did a couple guys have the flu for Geneva? Or, like...
They just looked off last night based on what I saw. Turnovers that you could see Ed Collins was getting really mad in the fourth quarter. There was like possessions 3 in a row where they just turned it over. They missed shots. Just not. I just don't think they played the way they've been playing. And I mean, maybe this is a good thing, a wake up call, because they got some big games coming up, as we mentioned. Lions Monday at home. So hopefully, they bounce back and make it more competitive.
But yeah, big week coming up for Holiday Hoops next week, as I'm going to call it, kind of. And make sure you tune in for that FL1 YouTube channel. We'll also be on our Mixler stream as well, over on that side of things, if you prefer that option. And
all the links will be on their homepage at fingerlakes1.com.
Yep. And then, I know we talk about a little bit. Mixler, or rather, YouTube is better if you want to sync up with video, but I don't know if there's any video at FLCC, so we might be one of the only shows in town for that. So look forward to that. All right, let's jump into some picks and NFL stuff for the week, guys. I'll throw up the graphic here. Not great. We do have Christmas colors on there, but it's more red than green, which is not something we want to see for our picks, gentlemen.
Couldn't be more wrong on the Lions and Denver games, and couldn't have been more right on the Tennessee game.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my sprinkle prediction for that was spot on at least. But, Kyle got saved by overtime and 2-point conversions or lack thereof, I guess. I don't know. And
the Vegas-Texas game was Texans game was the most shocking.
Texans couldn't, just
crazy
blow them out. And a 2-point win. I mean, they didn't even just win by 10. They only won by 2.
I know. At that point, I was rooting for Vegas to upset them. It would help.
Yeah, at that
Bills.
point, I didn't even care.
They weren't going to cover the spread anymore.
Yeah, so
it's crazy.
The NFL, we talk about a ton on here, especially how it's a week-to-week league in a lot of cases. And, last week was a lot of, as I call, some big stupid happening across the league. So, I don't know if I expected what we saw necessarily from Denver. We talked about it a little bit on Bills Weekly yesterday, but I think we might be sleeping a little bit too much on a really good Jacksonville team, obviously, and there's a lot to kind of get through. We got Christmas football, we got more Saturday NFL stuff, we got Sunday and Monday night.
So many games.
Week 17, and the playoff picture is a little bit more clear after last night in a way for the AFC side of things, with more or less everybody getting locked down now. But
I love watching Phillip Rivers
and
last night. I loved watching him. 44 years old, like slinging it around. You could see. I mean, I guess guys that don't get to that age don't understand how much you physically start to deteriorate when you hit 40, especially. But there were some throws that Phillip Rivers could have made 10 years ago easily that he just couldn't make.
Yeah.
But really impressive, even though they lost.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a fun game to watch. It was back and forth. And
Colts couldn't get a stop on defense.
yeah, and Brock Purdy's like really, I don't think he was fully healthy for most of the year. And now that he's healthy and they got a lot of their players back. Pearsall was still out, but he's never really done anything anyway.
Sure.
But yeah, 49ers look like they could be the best team in the NFC all of a sudden, and they got a chance. They got 2 tough games. They got the Bears this week, and then they host Seattle in the last week. If they win both those games, they're number 1 seed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the Saturday night nightcap game of Green Bay and Chicago was equally crazy.
Yeah,
obviously,
awesome.
And yeah, the NFC picture is interesting because I don't know. I still am very high on the Rams personally, but I don't know, man. San Fran certainly kind of threw a wrench in the way they more or less handled that final 15 against the Colts last night. So I don't know, and that takes a lot for me because I am team anti-Shanahan. So that's for sure. Christmas football is a pretty rough slate of games overall here. I don't know if there's much to really discuss there. I as a Commanders fan, I apologize that you might be subjecting your in-laws to stuff against the Geneva Convention if you're hosting them on Christmas Day.
Who are they playing?
Dallas.
Oh yeah, well, it's a rivalry game.
Sure, but
It means
look,
nothing.
look, I love Josh Johnson. Guy's a gamer, been around since 2008. Just don't know if that's the right route to go. So I don't know. I think we can get into more of these games as we do our picks here. So Jim, I'm gonna let you technically have the go ahead here because you have the better bank out of all of us. But
I'm gonna go with as I have all year long, the Panthers at home plus 7.5 against the Seahawks. Big game for both teams, but I don't see how you can get a winning NFL team on the East Coast hosting a West Coast team. I think it's an early 1:00 game too.
And it's a 1:00. And look, I don't know how NFL teams are handling this week because the
7.5
holidays are right
points
in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
But it's probably a short turnaround week for that team coming east in Seattle.
Well, they played Thursday night last week, so they do have more time, which is probably another reason why the line is so high. But I don't know. I believe in the Panthers.
I like
7.5 at home for a winning team that's got a lot to play for.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I like this game a lot. I like the Panthers plus 7.5. Is that what you can give me? 7.5.
7.5.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the tough part here because we're doing this on Tuesday, obviously.
Lines
so
might change. I bet you that'll go down under a touchdown by kickoff.
I know. For me, there's one game in particular I'm happy where I'm getting the line right now because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it any better in theory, kind of going forward. But I'm going to save that because it's technically my last pick just based on timeline purposes. So, Kyle, I'll let you go here next because we'll just kind of circulate this around. And like we said, we all did terrible last week.
Again, no numbers, just throwing them out. The Lions won't lose 3 in a row, and they're still technically alive, barely. Minus 5.5 at the Vikings.
Yep.
The Vikings are starting, what's his name? Max Brosmer as their quarterback. J.J. McCarthy out. So, yeah, let's just roll with it. Nothing to lose at this point.
That's a Christmas Day game, right?
It is a Christmas Day game, the 4:30 game.
Yep.
Well, my first pick is also a Christmas game, so it pains me to do this. I'm doing Dallas minus 6.5 at Washington.
Man, you really hate your team,
I just can't. I don't see a way, man.
especially with Josh Johnson.
Yeah, and even then, if it's not him, it's Jeff Driscoll. I
But
I can't.
the rivalry games sometimes are weird.
I guess, but look,
And they both have nothing to play for.
Yeah, I could see Dallas just quitting.
sure, but like
I don't know,
the
like,
example
scary.
I told Kyle this yesterday. The example I'm using for this is the fact that you can say what you want about that 2-point conversion at the end with the Eagles and Washington there, but the fact that Washington had more trying to fight Philly than they did in the second half of that game tells me all I need to know about how it is right now. So
I don't like Quinn questioning that 2-point. They can do whatever they want.
correct.
They can do whatever they want. If they want to do a 2-point conversion just to practice one in a game situation, go for it.
Yeah.
This is the NFL. This isn't high school football.
And to be fair, going into the fourth quarter, the Eagles were only up 14-10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was still a game. The Eagles still had to really pull away at the end.
I mean, I think a lot of things that people kind of forget there, especially Commanders fans right now, admittedly, is the fact that they kicked the extra point at 17. For whatever reason, if 18, apologies. But for whatever reason, Washington comes back, gets a touchdown, 2-point conversion successful, another one, 2-point conversion successful. All they need is a field goal and they win. Obviously, there's a lot there that you need to do, but like the path's there, and it's something we talked about even yesterday on Bills Weekly, right? Like, which is easier to overcome, 3 or 7, So,
Well, I can tell you one thing that this season has done. It's been the reverse effect of the Dan Quinn, Dan Campbell type of spirit or approach.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been rebuked. It's been rebuked this year, but in the NFL.
yes. So, yeah, it pains me, but Cowboys minus 6.5. I don't have a problem with that. Jim, you're up next.
I like the Steelers on the road against the Browns. Can you get me 3?
I can get you a flat 3. Yep.
Yep. Then I like it. I mean, I think this Steelers team could go to the Super Bowl. It's a team that they're flying the lowest under the radar of any of the AFC teams in contention, and It's so funny with this Tomlin stuff. 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, like as far as anybody in the world was concerned, Tomlin was done and the Steelers were done.
It was after the Bills game, so it'd be technically 4 weeks ago now.
And since then, they've rattled off 3 straight, and they go on the road against a crappy Browns team. Of course, it's a divisional rivalry game, but the Steelers need it, and no DK Metcalf. I don't think that really is going to matter too much. The Steelers' running game's been great. The defense has been great, and I'm low key like high on the Steelers to maybe make a run through the AFC playoffs.
And remember, if the Steelers win, they'll clinch AFC North.
That's true.
So the Browns are going to come extra motivated, as bad as they are. They want to ruin their division rivals. But yeah, I agree. I think that's a good pick.
And the Bills exposed at least the big game rushing side of things against the Browns defense last week.
And Jalen Warren's coming off a big day on the ground, so yeah.
And don't forget Kenneth Gainwell.
Yep.
And don't forget, this is Aaron Rodgers against Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah. Well, I think this is more.
And Judkins is out.
Cam Hayward and potentially T.J. Watt against.
Yeah, Watt might be back. He might be back. Quentin Judkins is out.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I think technically the top two. Well, I don't know if the second running back's going to be healthy.
Dylan Sampson?
Yeah.
Does it matter?
Yeah. No, but that's what I'm saying is they're down to third in the practice string.
Jerome Ford's out.
Yeah. Technically, I guess they're down to practice and practice string.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't hate that. You get a field goal, screw it. Kyle.
So I'm going to say the Texans upset the Chargers. Give me Texans plus 1.5.
Well, I can get you 2.5.
2.5.
I like Texans getting points against anybody. If you're going to give me points in the Texans, then I like them against anybody.
And someone's got to lose here because we have a 7-game win streak versus a 4-game win streak. Texans being 7, Chargers 4. And I don't know, are the Chargers just finally going to hit that one game where, I just don't feel great about the Chargers still.
Me neither.
But they are proving me wrong at 11-4, so who knows?
So what's better for the Bills? What's a better outcome for the Bills? The Chargers lose and the Texans win?
I think
as of now, I think
you'd want the Chargers to lose so you can jump up to that 5th seed, but then you have to still beat the Eagles. So
yeah,
basically, if both teams lose, then everything stays the same, and the Texans will just move one game closer.
Well,
right.
No, because even if the Bills do lose, the conference win percentage goes down on the Chargers.
Well, the Bills lose the tiebreaker with the Chargers.
Oh, and they lose a tiebreaker with the Texans, so actually that'd be bad. They'd all be 11 or no.
Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah, they'd all be 11-5.
Yeah.
So the Bills would go from the 6 to the 7, and the Texans would go to the 5th seed if they beat the Chargers head to head.
So it's better if the Chargers win for the Bills.
Weirdly.
Yeah.
Which isn't good for the tiebreak scenario going into week 18, but no, I'm with Kyle now. Like I think you need to I think you do weirdly need the Chargers to win and then worry about what happens week 18.
So, yeah, this Bills-Eagles game means I think more than people are thinking. You got to win because if the Chargers-Texans game doesn't go your way, then
because the Bills are in the playoffs.
Yeah, the seeding wise.
I mean, we're all pretty much in agreement that we don't want the Bills to be on a path with Houston.
No.
We'd rather
Yeah, I guess.
You'd want the Patriots to have to deal with them first.
Correct.
Because then one of those teams have to go and be eliminated.
Yeah.
Is it a situation now where the Bills are going to rest some guys?
I don't think you can do that.
Get healthy for the playoffs, no matter where you are, who you're playing?
I feel like something's still going to matter next week.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if you get to next week and you're kind of locked into wherever, then maybe. But I think you have to fight this week and then go from there.
Or maybe there's a scenario where the starters start the first half next week. They check the scoreboard at halftime. If the Patriots are blowing out the Dolphins, and the AFC East is no longer available and the seeding can't really change.
Well, no, they got the Jets this week, right?
Yeah, and then next week.
And then next week. Oh, you're saying maybe next week.
Yeah, they could rest the starters for the second half.
They'll also know a little bit going into Sunday because this Chargers-Texans game is Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. This
So,
week, no matter what, the starters will
Yeah, I
play.
think, yeah.
I got a feeling, and I'm not going to put my money where my mouth
What
is,
does a tie do?
but I got a feeling that the Jets might give the Pats a little trouble.
Yeah,
Be nice.
it'd be cool. I just don't know if my
12.5
I
point.
just don't know if my Missouri
underdogs.
King Brady Cook will be able to stay alive for it. But
Yeah, 6 interceptions in, 3 games?
I mean, it's tough when you're running for your life every drop back the way he's had to. So
No, I think, yeah, well, let's wait and see what happens here.
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot of people are thinking that it's a better chance for the Dolphins to beat them, but now that Tua's not playing,
when yours,
And they've, quit the last 2 weeks getting blown out by the
Yep.
Steelers and the Bengals.
so I almost feel like if it was going to happen, it might be in New York against the Jets.
yeah, I can see that for sure. All right, my second pick. This is a lot to do. You want to talk about not looking at numbers, not looking at whatever. I'm doing Baltimore Green Bay under 41.5. We got so many health questions with both of these teams. A lot of questions, especially on the Baltimore side, about the future. I'm gonna go with the under. Green Bay's 7-1 on the under this
What's the
year.
points at?
41.5. I don't. Green Bay might be rolling with
Clayton Tune.
Clayton Tune, which Godspeed. I don't.
Tyler Huntley.
Yeah.
Huntley's serviceable, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's fine.
but the health stuff for me on both teams. Sounds like a lot of points not to be scored. Go with Kyle on that one. I'm just gonna go with the gut feeling on that and. Right.
Yeah, don't even think about it. That's
Yeah.
how I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
So here we go. Next one. Am I up?
Jim is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, man. I really do like the Broncos minus 12.5 at Kansas City because I think Kansas City's just done. Like, they're checked out.
With Shane Buechele, the Bills' third stringer.
So I'm torn between that game or the Sunday night game with the Niners hosting the Bears. Niners minus 3. You thinking of either of those games, Kyle?
No.
If it helps you, I can get Niners minus 2.5.
You know what? That'll do it for me then.
All right.
Give me the Niners on Sunday night. I'm 49ers are trending. They do got a little bit of a shorter week than the Bears,
Yeah,
but
I guess. Yeah.
one day is a big difference. I mean, people don't take in
Really, 2 days if you think about it.
Yeah, that's right.
Chicago
2 days.
played Saturday.
That's a lot in the NFL. The guys get beat up.
2 days of treatment.
Yeah.
To get your body right.
2 days of recovery. 2 days more of film. But I just think that the Niners are kind of trending up, and the Bears.
Didn't look great at home until the fourth quarter.
No, but you gotta respect what they've done. I mean, it took me till about 4 weeks ago maybe to start looking at them like they're a legitimate contender. So, anyways, that's what I'm gonna do. Although I do feel really good about Denver just waxing Kansas City coming off a loss. Denver still's got something to play for. Kansas City's like. Are they going to play any other starters?
Do you want to hear the Denver line? Just says
Yeah.
I can get you at 11.5 there.
I'm sticking with the Niners on Sunday night.
All right. No, stick with it.
Yeah.
Right, Kyle. Go with the feeling.
Yeah, ready? This is going to be quick. Bills minus 2.5 against the Eagles.
Oh. Hold on here. I can get you 1.5.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of that game.
Yeah.
I do like the Bills at home. The Eagles obviously don't get up there often.
2019, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But the Bills fail to impress in terms of traditional football metrics. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But they get it done. They've been getting it done.
That they do.
Also, if you think the Bills are going to make a run to the Super Bowl, sometime, now would be a good time to lose one because after this you can't lose, right?
True.
Yeah.
But the who knows what's going on with the Eagles? I personally believe that the Eagles are still a front runner in the NFC for the Super Bowl. I think that when they get into the playoffs, the experience that they, as being Super Bowl champions, will kick in a little bit. But
Who knows?
Yeah, so I was looking at the Christmas slate from last year, and remember last year is when they started it, right? And they only had 2 games last year.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the scores from that game: Chiefs 29, Steelers 10 to open the slate. The second game, Ravens 31, Texans 2.
oh my
Oh,
God.
that's right.
And then you look at the matchups this week or for Christmas, and you're like, wow, is that going to follow pretty much the same results? Blowout, blowout, blowout. Like you were just talking about the Chiefs, aren't they going to get pounded on Christmas night on Amazon Prime?
You would think, right?
Yeah.
I don't see any scenario where Kansas City can keep that game close.
The Vikings are starting their backup, Max Brosmer. The Lions, again, are still playing for something.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a blowout?
Yes.
Josh Johnson going for the Commanders against that high-powered
Dak
Dallas
Prescott,
offense.
CeeDee Lamb and Pickens.
So what are we going to get? 3 games of 10 or more, decided by 10 or more points again?
Well, it might be a Merry Christmas for the prop bettors.
Yeah.
Get some player props going, and or take the big spread. Take the favorites with the big spreads.
True.
Yep.
All right.
And quickly, have you heard about the DK Metcalf salary thing, or
Yeah.
where he's going to lose $40 million?
Well,
Because he's not
Split
gonna,
up between the next 2 years.
I think it's
Yeah, $25 million next year and $20 million in 2027.
because of this
That's what
suspension.
Ian Rappaport. Yep.
well, isn't it?
Said.
Well, isn't it though? Like it's not a dead cap hit or something like that.
Based on his contract, it would void not just the rest of his salary for this season, but $45 million in future guarantees.
Why?
Part of some contract agreement, I guess.
Is it because he's not going to get the performance totals for the season?
It's probably don't get suspended clauses.
Something in the contract where it's very specific
Yeah.
where he couldn't do this, and now it's going to be like one of the biggest all-time punishments with a fan ever.
Unbelievable.
So I guess players better go look at their contracts right now to make sure they don't do something stupid in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot there that goes against my own personal feelings towards stuff like that, and I don't know. Just don't be an idiot at the end of the day.
Well, it's hard for some NFL wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My final pick, quickly here. I don't understand how they're underdogs in this game, admittedly. Maybe it's because of performance. This team,
Are you going with the Giants game?
I am.
Yeah, I figured.
I'm doing the Giants plus 2.5 here. I don't understand how they're a dog.
The Raiders
necessarily.
almost beat the Texans last week.
Yeah, but like,
This is
I don't know.
for the number 1 pick.
yeah,
Both teams should want to lose.
correct.
I don't know what.
It's one of those things where I don't get how one of these teams could. To me, this game should literally be a pick, I think. But I don't know if you're gonna give me a choice. If you're gonna give me a team like getting points in this game, I was probably gonna take it. So I'm gonna go with the Giants plus 2.5. Not question things, and just plow forward.
I hope it ends in a tie.
That would be so fitting.
It'd be the 3rd tie this year.
Wait.
Green Bay's got a tie on their
Yeah,
schedule.
Green Bay,
the
Dallas.
Cowboys got a
Yeah.
Oh, that was the same
Yeah.
game. Wasn't there another one? No.
We were close a couple
Bengals?
times. No, I don't think.
No. Yeah, so we'd see 2 13-1 for the top 2, teams for
the
the
white
draft
ball.
order. And then the Browns would probably go to 3-13 and the Jets 3-13, but yeah. Yeah, I think both teams just don't want to win. I mean, why would you? What's the point of winning?
Right.
Stoppable force meets movable object.
How about the New York football teams outside of Buffalo, the New York City football teams this year? Where they combined 5 wins?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 5-25.
Unbelievable. The Big Apple.
Yeah. Not good.
Any other games that jumped out to you? Like, I was interested in the Saints-Titans game with Titans getting 3 points at home.
Yeah, that one
Doesn't
crossed.
make sense.
That one crossed my thing too. I don't.
Saints are playing good.
Both of them are pretty plucky, so I don't know which one I really kind of trust in that scenario.
Saints are playing good. The Titans are coming off probably their best performance of the year, and they're at home. And can the Saints win 4 in a row?
Right.
Like, it doesn't seem like they got a 4-game win streak in them.
If it dropped, and this is tough, mind you, because we're Tuesday, if it dropped below a touchdown, I would have been on the Rams, I think.
The Rams?
But it's at,
that game, yeah.
It's at 7.5. It's Monday night.
I saw 8.5 on FanDuel this morning.
Yeah, I'm seeing it 7.5 right now over on DraftKings.
I essentially have learned early on to not touch any Falcons games. They're just too many intangibles. They're not good, but they got Bijan Robinson. Kirk Cousins might be better under Cousins than Penix.
Yeah.
Drake London's hurt and back. Now he's back. I don't know. And the Rams, I think the Rams will obviously win.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they'll cover.
The only other game on my radar, and it returned back to tradition, which I'm happy about, the Hawaii Bowl on Christmas Eve. Hawaii's at home for that game against Cal. Give me the Warriors if you were going to force me to pick
the Rainbow Warriors.
Yes.
Against the ACCs, the Atlantic Coast Conference's California Bears.
Yep. Yeah, so
dumb.
But,
good job, ACC. You've done it again.
But that's personally a favorite. I come back from my aunt's house, and that's on TV. I get to watch the second half. It's great. Love it.
So let me,
like 2 a.m.?
8 p.m. kickoff.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that game actually, and I'm not a
Kyle's only college football.
It's the only game on Christmas Eve. There's no NHL, no NBA. Like, I have nothing to do, so I just turn it on and
imagine the ratings.
Kyle is so pro Hawaii Bowl. He probably watches the Colt Brennan highlight tapes every night. So.
And let me throw out the best stat of the day to end the show.
Sure.
There are 11 teams in the NFL right now that could still earn a number 1 seed.
That's wild with 2 weeks to go.
Crazy.
And in a crazy world, the Texans and Eagles could both earn 1 seeds, and 10 teams could finish with 12-5 records.
I don't know if I find that as cool as I think I do now that I'm thinking about that.
It's a wild year in the NFL, and it's everything that the NFL leadership or marketing departments could ever want. It is like up for grabs.
Yep.
It's up for grabs.
Yeah, but so Kyle, you said 12-5, right? That just tells me there's a lot of 5 and 12s laying around there too.
Yeah, there's some bad teams. We just talked about 2 of them.
Yeah.
We just talked about a lot of them. We talked about the Jets. We talked about the Falcons, the Giants, the Raiders.
Yeah.
And we have, quickly, stats on the 49ers. You mentioned how good they've been. Since Purdy returned during their 5-game win streak, they lead the NFL in points per game, points per drive, third down conversion percentage, completion percentage, and passer rate percentage. So they're dominating on offense compared to the whole league.
Yeah. I mean, last night was really something. They were unstoppable. 5 touchdown passes for Purdy.
Yeah. Him and Trevor Lawrence both with 5 touchdown passes, right?
Yeah, and those are the 2. Like, if you want to go hottest team in the AFC and hottest team in the NFC, like, there you go. Jags and the 49ers.
Imagine if that was the Super Bowl.
Hey, you could make any combination and make an argument for it. You could make a argument that it could be that this weekend's Bills-Eagles game could be a Super Bowl preview.
Yep, and the Super Bowl is in San Fran. How about that?
Oh, yeah,
Levi's Stadium. So, wait, the 49ers' hypothetical schedule, if they went out, every game, playoff game, and the Super Bowl would be at their own stadium if they went out and get the 1 seed.
Yeah, they're home against the Bears, and then they're home against the Seahawks, and then they would, if they got the 1 seed, they'd be home through the
Divisional
NFC
round,
championship
round,
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. They'd play 5 straight games to close out the year and for the Super Bowl.
It's crazy.
And you go back 5 weeks ago, and nobody was even talking about the 49ers.
Wow, we got some wild stats here.
Yeah.
And it'd be hypothetically the Mac Jones Bowl if Jacksonville made it. So, yeah.
Anyways, great stuff in the NFL.
Yep.
The only thing that hurts the NFL, because it's clearly the dominant sport in America, is the injuries. You know, Too many star players getting hurt. And so, you hope with all these teams that are in contention that they avoid injuries these past couple weeks and we get some, we get the stars suited up for these playoff games.
Yeah, I know. I know, like the Bills, for example, they're expecting maybe a couple guys back for the playoffs, and I don't know. Obviously,
Curtis Samuel, DeMar Hamlin.
Well, I was talking more like Ed Oliver and
Him too.
guys who made contributions.
Well, those are great but I'm talking star players like Patrick Mahomes being hurt.
Oh, well, in that sense.
Lamar Jackson being hurt.
He's not a star, but Green Bay, Tucker Kraft.
Tucker Kraft and Jordan Love being hurt.
Wait, hold on. Do we actually care that Patrick Mahomes is out?
Well, no, I'm just saying that the NFL does.
Yeah, fair.
It's like we talk about NBA players sitting out because of load management. Like, Christmas Day was supposed to be Mahomes versus Knicks, and now it's
a lot on the line.
Yeah, with stuff on the line. Now it's not. So the injuries in the NFL are just brutal.
That's why they scheduled it. I mean, look at some of the matchups. They thought the Commanders would be relevant. Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott, possibly for a division title. Lions, Vikings. They figured the Vikings would be a little better. And yeah, now it's backfiring because of injuries and bad performances all year. And you can't just change the slate. So yeah, we're stuck. Just like Thanksgiving every time. Usually the matchups aren't great, but they were good this year. I thought the games were good.
Yeah. Well, it's how it shakes.
Nope. We have Christmas. It's almost Christmas time.
Yep. So, speaking of that, we can get out here, I think, on that note. So, hope everybody has a safe and enjoyable Christmas or holiday, however you celebrate. We will be back pretty much at the same time, I think, next week, right? I mean,
yeah, we'll be back next Tuesday morning.
Yeah, 11 a.m. So.
Last show of the year. The last podcast of the year. Well, no, we got one.
I was about to say we got a weekly.
FLX Weekly on Wednesday. Okay, second to last.
Pretty big weekly too. Make sure you check out tomorrow and Wednesdays. So.
Yep, a couple good FLX Weeklies on tap for the holidays.
Yeah. So guys, Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, and
Merry Christmas, Paul.
To everybody out there, like we said, same to you and yours. You can find the FL1 Sports Podcast here on FingerLakes1.com. The FL1 YouTube channel and all major podcasting platforms. Back again next week, Tuesday at 11 a.m. We'll see everybody then. Good luck and enjoy the holiday, everybody.